Oh, hello everybody, this is Chris, and this is kind of a behind the scenes thing. Don't know if this video is ever going to be released, but I'm going to show you something in a second, because I'm prepared. This is my Andon Star microscope. I did a review of this a while back, and this isn't the top dog of the microscopes, but it's actually very resourceful and helpful to me. Let me zoom this out here. So, this is a Pistorm board. Let me turn the light on here. Boop. This is a Pistorm board. Apologies in advance of the old workstation. Been a little bit busy. This guy was not working, and the other one worked fine. I shipped one out to Doug for a review, and he was having some issues that got me thinking, well, let me check these other ones. So I fired them up, and this one would not boot, and remote. Beep. So this microscope right here, let me just turn the screen. It'll go up and down really good. Side to side, not so much. I'm going to zoom on in here. So here's a 2x view of a Pistorm CPLD. This was a JLPCB. I'm going to go ahead and use the remote control and zoom in here a couple times. So we are times 4. Now, you really can't see much because, let me get the tip of this screwdriver in here and just get that hair out of the way there. There we go. Damn dog hair. Alright. So I like to hit this button. Boom. It's kind of like an X-ray. It reverse videos it. And what that allows me to do is check these solder connections here. You can see here's the pin from the chip. Now you're going to see a little bit of what is pink or missing in here. That is not missing. That's where the pin kind of curls up. If I actually put this here, you will see that this looks kind of funky itself, the tip of this pick. So I ran it around all through here, and in between there, and here, 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 and here. So I'm thinking, oh no. Now this has since been fixed. These were bridged pretty much all the way across, and I have a really close one right here. Right in the center of your screen, above this capacitor, which is about 0.1 millimeters in length, just to give you an example. Here's the head of a Q-tip on the same spot, or cotton swab, or whatever you want to call it. That's that big. Oh, just bang the whole thing right out there. So let me get the lights repositioned here, right on top of the part. Now right here I had a bridge. It's been cut. Most of these were crusty, and what I did after I cleaned them, I took some alcohol on a cotton swab, spilled it all over myself, and I'm going to wipe this, and you're going to see them disappear. Now you see how they're clear? You'll see them start to come back, but it's just the alcohol. So I went through these and removed all of the things. And now they're separated, but this was just for me scraping it and using the hot iron with the micro tip, which took forever, 350 degrees Celsius, just to be able to get that tiny tip heated up. And now you can see the rest of them are nice and clean. Up here was a little bit. This is just the CPLD. This is the Altera Max CPLD. And whoa, what's that right there? Well, that could be some crap. Let's just take an alcohol wipe. That's just some crap. So JLPCB, who made these, must use the crappiest solder paste in the world, because it's just really not the best quality. Now when you zoom on out here, looks pretty good. Let's zoom into the part where I was having issues with, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Right here, you can still see the solder. Let me try and zoom in some more here. My camera's just top quality here. I'm going to zoom the part around instead of moving that photo. So directly in the center of your screen, you're going to see the solder blob that was joining these two pins. Where they went to, I don't know, but it looks like it's like pin 70 or so, and that prevented it from working. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this Pistorm board in the Amiga 1000 because the cover's off. I had the 2000 out here, and I had the 1000 has the notch guy. So let me flip around here, and we'll get this thing sorted. Now, if you're interested in this microscope was only $100 US, and it has a lot of features. Check out my review on the Andenstar. I think it's a 207, 307, I forget. It's a couple videos back. If you search for microscope or whatever on this video set, you'll find it. And she's pretty good. Ooh, and I see another boo-boo. Right there I have some solder that's not totally connected. Microscopes help. And if I need to really check that, I can really zoom on in here. And you have positionable lights. That's right in the way there. And you can do all sorts of magic with it. Now, the reverse video thing I can see the solder blobs. You can see here clearly the copper from the board, the pin coming through, and my blob of solder, which is connected to the tail end, but I should tidy that up like that one looks. And the black you're seeing is just some slag from the... Most of my solder blobs look okay. So I know this one does work, and so that's good. And you know, this microscope is great for the average hobbyist like myself. Control brightness with a remote, and you got all sorts of like things to turn lights off and on. Check out the review I did on this. $100. I got this off of banggood.com. Not to be confused with the adult website of a similar name, but it's like an eBay China thing. I don't know. So, anyway, let me plop this Pistorm into the Amiga 1000. We're going to rock the old RGB 1080. I'll just stick it on the floor or something. Alright. So here's the other Pistorm that you're seeing. And I guess I should put this camera around this way so we can all get a taste. Okay, so here's the Amiga 1000. The Pistorm is in it. Has the notch in it. This is the other one that I was using on the Amiga 2000. So the Pistorm's in. What's this? Yep. It's kind of a mess over here. My apologies. So I'm going to turn... I need power. That would help. Power would help. 1, 2. Turn the monitor on. Now we got the 1080 down here on the floor. Got an extension cable for the DB23. Finally found a use for that. Powering on. I do have the audio hooked up too. And here we go. Pistorm is there. I'm in interlaced, so my apologies for any flicker in advance. And I'm going to have to do the overscan here. I have a couple hard drives. Just a couple. Let me see if this shows up clear on the... Let me do the overscan and turn this down just a tick here. Alright, and save. And now we're going to adjust the... So, we have 188 to 200K of chip RAM. It only has 512. Remember, she's an Amiga 1000. That actually doesn't look too bad. The camera's set for 60 Hz flicker, so it's catching the interlace, maybe. This is flickering really bad, but I'm used to it. 131 megs, or 128 actual megs of RAM. Let's see what I got on here. Nothing. System work. I put some crap on here. Let's go sysinfo. Now, off camera, I edited the config file, and I made this one a 68040. This is the latest sysinfo. It's 4.4. sysinfo.d0.se. Download yourself one today. We got the Kickstart 3.14 ROMs, NTSC high res, standard Denise, 040, 882, MMU not in use. I don't even think it has an MMU. We're going to run the old speed and see if we get past the old Amiga 4000 here. Probably not. 0.79. 15 MIPS, 7.2 megaflops, probably a couple 100,000 dry stones if we're lucky. Maybe not. I clicked it twice, didn't I? You ever do that? Click speed twice because you're dumb. So we're 27 times faster than a 68,000, A600, 2000. And let's go expand here. Ooh, 14,456 dry stones, 15.8 MIPS, 7.2 megaflops. not bad. You can give her the old tug and still feel good about yourself. But check this out. We're almost to an Amiga 4000 040. That's not bad, even though it says 4 megahertz here. That's just not right. Now, drive speed of PFS3s, which we can only do this once. And when I say you can only do it once, is once you run a speed test on the Pistorm, it'll give you the actual number, which is usually in the 20s, 27, 28 megs per second. The next number is going to be the same for every Pi user, 786 megs, which is theoretically impossible based on what this is. It exceeds the limits of the bus or a SATA 3 550 meg chipset, which would be the USB card if it was lucky, but it's not. So it's all cache. So your first hit is your real one. So we're going to do a fast file system 4620 3141. I did it twice. I have to quit the whole thing and relaunch it. DH2. There we go. It worked. This was a PFS3. 23 130 352. That's bytes. So it's 23 megabytes about. And if I hit the same one again, it goes cache. See? Where's my stuff? Work. I made a lot of hard drives, didn't do anything with them. We're going to run, which Amiga? How about that? Which Amiga? 30 megahertz 040. About the equivalent of a 4000 040, which is, what, 25 on mine? No MMU. OCS Denise, Junk Agnes, blah, 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 blah. Picasso, RTG card. I'm not using the RTG, we're just RGB. Clock plus battery memory found 21st of May, 1350. Oh my god, is it that late already? 4K, 496K chip, 131 megafast, 314 Workbench 39. It's actually 3141, I believe. Sys speed gives you a more accurate result. 2222040, same junk. Low CPU. 14.83 MIPS, 5.24 mega flops. Drive, I could do some basic testing. You're going to get these results in megabytes per second. You're getting about 32, realistically. 300 on Wright, that's doable. That's doable. Read and write is doable at 300. Directory scan, these don't matter. Number 3. That is fixed. I had some crud. It wouldn't even do nothing. Just got the old green screen, no matter what I did. Swapped it out with the original one I had in here. Worked fine. Put that back in. Didn't work. Put it under the old Andon Star microscope. Found some scuzz. Cleaned her up. Touched up a couple solder points on the CPLD that were questionable and jumpered. Scraped the crap out of them with a micro tip. We're good to go. What else can we run? Let's check out a game. 234K of chip RAM is probably not enough to run Turrican. 306, there we go. You know what, I should try a fresh reboot. Hold on. Had to give her a fresh reboot. 512K of chip RAM is pretty tricky. Jump. Now there's people that know every inch of this game. I do not. Oh man. Really? Alright, anyway. Turrican works. So that's WHD Load Games on the Pistorm. She's working good. She's rocking in 040 mode. I don't know why the games, I gotta keep resetting the horizontal position on here. Networking, still working on that. I do run Amiga Explorer through the serial port. Everything's cool. So Pistorm 1000, Pistorm number 3 is now functional. Number 1 was the original one I did the review on in the 500. And we're going to slap that bad boy in the 2000 next. We're going to do both flavors, the CPU slot and the old riser card. Got one of them right here, actually. Oh, yep, if I don't fall over. So I got one of these riser cards. It's a CPU board for the 2000, 68,000 slot. machine pins. This is the one I bought for the Vampire, and I used it once. And it's perfect for CPU testing when you're having repairs on a 2000, when you have a bum CPU socket from battery damage. So let's get my letter opener. So always put the cap back on your flux. So I received a few packages today. Just crap that I ordered to sustain my addiction. This is the small knife letter opener. This thing reminds me of a batleth. So number one, I got to order real quick. I got some of these, what is this? SIL turn pins. They're the kind that you use on, like, Pistorms. So we're gonna, this is such a sharp knife, I hate that. Okay, that'll work. I also have this. This has a pull tab, but it has some tape on it. I know, cut away from your body so you don't cut your own neck off. Home Shopping Network. 3 a.m. chicken wings. That's all I gotta say about that. This is just something stupid, but I had to have it. And it's not stupid to me. And if you're a Commodore fan like me, you're gonna really get a kick out of this. Well, these are getting hard to find. And this is a 1973 Commodore Calculator. It's called the Minuteman 6. And supposedly, it works. Takes a 9-volt battery, which I'm going to get. These are the old red LEDs, LCDs. Here we go. Oh my gosh, it works. Let me turn the light off. See that? So, 9. Oh. Wait a minute. What's going on here? -0. So that's great. It doesn't work. They said it worked. Well, it lights up. It does not work. Anyway, I have a Commodore calculator from when I was 5 years old, 1973. So, 305. Anyway, it's got a big piece of metal here, made in Japan. You don't see that at all anymore. So she's been soldered on. The board's got some breaks. No big deal. We're going to fix her. I have all sorts of Commodore stuff that doesn't work. Like a watch. Well, my watch actually works. No screws. She's just press fit around the sides. That's cool. I like that a lot. I wanted to do some... That's kind of neat. I just wanted a Commodore calculator because I have a Commodore everything. I'll pack it to it. Oops. SCSI to SD for the 16 gig card. I like the version 5 cards because they just work. This one came with a 16 gig memory card. That's like $1.50, $2 these days. No big deal. She's a SanDisk Ultra, 48 meg per second. That's not worth crap. Guess it'll work in the Amiga. But there we go. SCSI to SD, version 5. Yeah, I have one of these in the Amiga 3000. Works great. Rabbit Hole Computing. Support at scsi2sd.com. Copyright 2020. I am going to put this in my Amiga 4000. What? Doesn't that have IDE? Sure does. We got ourselves a SCSI card for it. Well, we don't got one. I've had one for ever, and I've never really used it in anything. I figured, you know what? Why not just use it for something there? You got all that stuff. You got Amigas like everywhere. And it's a mess in here. So yeah, the pajamas are back on. The chicken's rolling in my gut. Got piles, just piles everywhere. We're working on a lot of things. The old stations over there are still going strong. There's my green book of Pimiga 2.0. Got a whole fleet of things down here. A couple special projects down below. Got a couple jobs I got to do too for some people that reached out to a fella and asked if I could help them out. Also, picked myself up another 68 040 25. This is for the clock doubler board that is now going to be null and void because I ran into a problem on the clock doubler. If you don't know what the clock doubler is, a fellow group member reached out to a guy after I bought a lot of things off of him and asked if I could solder something together, which I did. Got 3 boards, 2 of which are left, which need to be fixed. Let me show you what I got. So this is a Motorola 6804025. This would sit in a 3640 Amiga 3000 4000 accelerator socket like this, if my hand is the 3640. And a GAL 22 V10, which is actually wrong. It's a PAL 22 V10, which is protected against reads, and I have no code and I can't program it, even though I have the chips, or I have the wrong chips. We'll see. A bunch of resistors, a couple caps. Anyway, you put this in the board, and if this is a 25 megahertz 040, it is now a 50 megahertz 040. Same thing would apply for the 060 if you had the 4-ring 060 adapter, which these boards are only in 040s. I have sockets for these on the other board that is soldered together. However, the lines that made it Amiga compatible are not correct on these repop boards. So I've been working through the Gerber files trying to redraw the circuits to where the wires go on the mod fix for this, which has turned out to be problematic at best. Having a non-working main PAL code controller makes it virtually impossible to test, because when you fire it up it does nothing because it's not working. And that this chip here, this PAL chip, which I have, let me show you. They're very tiny. They're a square chip. You can see there's 4 of them in here. I've tried all 4 of these and I can't program them at all. I have sockets on the other one, so the other one's socketed, so it's socket I can just plop it in, which is great. So I have some more of these on order. I'm going to try the GAL version, because the PAL version, which is on the original board creation, is not happening at all. So this is a dead end right now. I don't know what's going on with it. This is originally a repop project from Cosmos Amiga and Italux. I don't know who that is. That's the guy I bought a lot of Amiga stuff from, who gave me these to fix up. It's called the Speedy Booster 040. Now this is on PCBWay, I believe, shared projects. You have some jumpers here for your 68040, 040, 040, 040. There's a 60060 version, but it's not, I have to figure those out. The original design was a Macintosh Quattro or 680 whatever series machine. Someone wire hacked it to get the NMI signal for the Amiga, and all those mods that are done to the new board are not working. I've Gerbered most of these out and redesigned them, but the board has to be reprinted. This board might actually function fine if I had a correct PAL. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to leave the wire mod. We're going to try and get these in the GAL format, programmable array logic, which is the original design of the chip. These are gate array logic, or GAL, which are programmable, readable. PALs tend to be fuse blocked. They blow internal fuses to prevent reads or writes or something, or burns or copies or whatever. The person sent me the original, supposedly the right files for programming them, and every time I fire them in there, the chips are giving me errors like they can't be programmed, or the code is wrong, and I can't even read the original, so I'm stuck in a loop. I can't read the original. I have some code that's supposed to be the original, but it's not writing to the chips. So I'm going to try the GAL 22V10 versus the PAL, and we'll see where that gets. So that's a back burner project. I'm talking that sucker's on low heat on burner number 6. When there might be a spare moment of time, I think about not doing nothing, I'll fart around with it. Alright, so with that and these and that, I want to show you what a lot of people have been asking me about. So this is Pimiga 2.0 on the 64-bit Debian 10. Now on the booting is slower for some reason. This is like alpha level. I have not cleaned up any services. A little loud. Okay, so Pimiga is now 68040 only. I'm not messing around with it. We got a new icon set here. We got the Back to the Future junk. We got all our crap down here. But it's a little different. Why? Because now it's not done. I'm redoing icons right now. Prefs, I took the Macintosh prefs. You can see we got the 3.9 crap still. I apologize in advance for the ramble, but you guys deserve this stuff. And I don't do enough of these behind the scenes because I'm too worried about being professional and fancy with all my videos. You know how they're all just greatly produced. The original Pimiga, so Pimiga 1. The ones that I've done. Paul did the original Pimiga and he did 1.2. I did 1.2p Lockdown Edition, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, and now 2.0. From 1.2p through 1.5 was a Workbench 3.1 on top of classic Workbench with a 3.1 Amiga 1200 ROM, AGA emulation, running Amaberry 313. That was the original one. It was pretty stable. Not a lot of controller support. People wanted more features, and RTG and Midwin really came through with several releases. Now, something happened along the line, adding new features in, which does, and he's a one-man team. Something happened. We're getting some weird issues. I worked through a lot of them. We're still having some weird ones with the shapeshifter thing. So we're rocking a 3.1 ROM still. 6840 882. We're going to hit speed. We're getting over 1,000 MIPS now. It takes a lot longer. So 1,082 MIPS, 289 megaflops, 1.03 million dry stones. Incredible. So the Macintosh side. Now before I get into it, a lot of people have no freaking clue how to use Workbench. They really don't. They're GUI clickers that you're used to Mac and Windows over all these years. I'm just going to launch Shapeshifter. Right? I'm just going to hit start. And it's going to crash. Why? Because you get this. Too many access violations. So that's why... Damn it. And then it just hoses. So now I'm going to choose the 040 for Shapeshifter. Load. Start. It's going to take a minute or two to boot. The boot screen contest is still going on that nobody's entering. Holy God. Okay, so now you can go into System, and you're going to notice it's like an Amiga now. And we're just going to run Shapeshifter and hit Start. Now I like to just let her sit until she's loaded before I go moving the mouse, because something happens. I don't know. I also made the power light be the hard drive light. So you'll see that thing flicker when you're working on stuff. Can you even see that? I don't like that backdrop. Okay, so you can go into Programs, and I can go into... I like playing Warcraft 2. So I always just play Warcraft 2. Because it's fun. And I just hit OK. And you can play Warcraft 2. I'm on a Amiga, emulating I'm on a Pi, emulating an Amiga, emulating a Mac, playing Warcraft 2. The whole game. It works great. I mean, totally great. Plays fine. No problems.
Me lord. All right. Yes? Yes.
Yeah, right? It works. So we're going to end, exit program. The Mac's going to reload. I'll get my window back, and I can actually use this as a Mac. Adding files to it. I want to show you something. If you hit left Amiga M, alright, that'll take you back to your desktop. Now, if you go into Shapeshifter here, right, and you go into this Mac handler, and you double click on Mac, what's going to happen is it mounts the OS 8.1 drive that's currently running. And you can add stuff to it. You see, here's my downloads folder. And here's my stuff for the Mac. So here's class Scylla 9.33. We're going to drop this right into the downloads folder here. Poof. Oh, it's already there. Oh, great. I'm replacing it, so I'm copying it to the Macintosh folder. I'm going to right-click, view all files. Right-click, view as text. And there we go. I have stuff it, fetch, just some junk. We're going to go left Amiga, M again, and flip back to the Macintosh. And then I can go right here to Mac OS 8, go to that downloads folder I just had, and there's my stuff. So anyway, that's that. Let me get out of here because I'm so on topic with everything while this is thinking about firing up. So, like I said, the Pimiga 1.2p through 1.5 were the older versions of Workbench 3.1 with classic Workbench from Bloodwitch on top. New icons and what's called Class Act. Class Act became OS 3.9's Reaction GUI. It's what gives you the amidockable icons and edit. Thanks. The CD player, the MP3 player, etc. This one is OS 3.9, which uses Reaction. Well, in case you haven't noticed, this is Scalos Workbench replacement. It makes the Amiga really nice. Way better than the Commodore Workbench. I know a lot of people complain about it. Oh, my backdrops rotate. They're supposed to. You can figure out how to do it. It's in the instructions no one reads. Anyway, when I put 3.9 and both Boing Bags on here, I went Boing Bag 1, Boing Bag 2. I don't like using 3 and 4 because it's hodgepodge, thrown together patches that aren't always 100% compatible. The Hagen Partner 1 and 2 are for 3.9. 3 and 4, you're risking your own. So 1 and 2 were on here. As soon as I did that, nothing worked. But the problem I had and still have was Reaction. Reaction is, like I said, the GUI for 3.9. So this is Reaction. It gives you your window ability, how fonts look, how things function with each other within Workbench. It took me a week to copy classes from the 4000 on the other side. No, it took me a week to copy the classes, but it took me a while to figure out what the hell was going on. Turns out that Scalos uses Class Act. Class Act became Reaction. Reaction is not compatible with Class Act, therefore not compatible with Scalos, therefore not compatible with Pimiga and Workbench 3.9. However, you can tell Scalos upon a reinstall, which I had to do, everything, to use MUI. I don't call it MUI, I'm sorry. You could choose Class Act or MUI or something else, I forget. So I chose MUI, and now I can control the font level through MUI. So you're going to notice when you open certain things, the fonts look not as fat and grubby. They were in UFO font, which I like, and it works really well. But when you're in iGame, it was too fuzzy. If you clicked on a game and you wanted to go to the properties of it, you couldn't really see. So now when you go to properties, you can actually click off Favorite, and you're going to see it in your favorites. So if I go to Spellbound and I just check off Favorite and say, okay, I think I clicked it, and then I click Favorites, there it is. So now it worked. Or whatever. All the games are working. Accuracy on timing of sound was a big concern. And what I do is I reset a lot. Just reboot it. It boots in like 12 seconds. Now the 64-bit versus the 32-bit, what is that about? The original Pimiga OS was Raspberry Pi OS, or Raspbian I believe it was called originally. 32-bit non-X Windows core installation. Pi 4 400 you can get 64-bit. While there is no official Debian image, there is an Ubuntu GUI X Windows based image. But that's not what I want for this. If you want to extract the directories and do this on yours, you can feel free to do what you want with it. But this is what I'm going to release. 64-bit kernel, 64-bit workstation, Pimiga 2.0, 64-bit. The build date, February 22nd, 2021. It's pretty current. It's a couple months old. Holy crap. My apologies for just rambling over, but I want to really give you guys a behind-the-scenes view of what's going on here. What's the fella doing? Why does it take you so long to do this? Because it takes forever. So like I was saying, so this is now on 64-bit. she runs almost twice as fast when you're in it. Boot time is a little bit longer. Gotta figure that one out. Now I have to go through all the Debian services and trim the fat. I think she's loading too much Linux pluff that I don't need. However, it's faster. I mean, this is not perfect. Look, this is emulation. You're never going to be 100% accurate, probably in my lifetime. Maybe? I don't know. But certain people have done reviews where they go into a demo and they run something. Like We Come in Peace. There was a certain individual, has a YouTube channel in Denmark, that ran this and just totally just plooped all over. It was like, nope, nope, nope. Because they were clicking buttons and changing crap. The idea of the We Come in Peace is the Spaceship Demo. There's some hieroglyphic writing that goes blip, and at the last character the sound is supposed to stop. Well, this person's view of this, or changes, or whatever the hell they did, screwed something up to where the sound was like a second behind. Watch. I'm going to show you that it is accurate on timing. Pretty good demo, by the way, too. Turn the light off. Sound stops when it hits the character. Listen. Happens 3 times. Huh. Look at that. One more? Or the spaceship comes out, I forget. Pretty good spaceship. This is an AGA demo. Oh, coming again. Reminds me of Stargate. Okay, I'm skipping it. Alright, you get it. The sound's rolling. There was also another demo that this person did. It's called Sensation. And it has this boom, 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 where it flips the names. This one's tough, but it does work. And it's very close in sound. I'll play it until it gets to the rotating assembly in the middle. If you hear some click and it's the overhead lights cooling off. And that is not a fart, that's my chair. Coming up. Hear the boom when it flips. It doesn't always do it, it'll go boom, boom. Here it comes. Pretty close. When the names pop up, it's boom. Watch. That's what I'm talking about. Not bad. That's like really close. And then it's accurate the rest of the way through. Accurate. Accurate. Sounds incredible. And that's your normal Amiga stuff where it flips and rotates and stuff around. So I mean, that's pretty good. Now a lot of times I reboot after I run demos, but I'm not. Anyway, I also have Arcade Game Selector, which I have not set up yet. So this is going to be a boot section where you can choose a config for just playing games. And if you would like to keep that selection as default, instead of loading Pimiga, you can load AGS and choose your games. This is not at all set up yet. So anyway, that is that. Control left Amiga, right Amiga, reboot it. So that's kind of my behind the scenes at the moment. We have some 1200 updates. Let me turn this light back on. We have some 1200 updates, new things for that coming. We have some new Pistorm things coming. CPLD shortages are just murdering all the projects we created in 2020's pandemic, Amiga pandemic. What else do I got on this sucker? We got the new Aeon P-Paint. She's in there too. I rebuilt this from ground zero, WinUAE, OS 3.9. You want to see what it looks like? Watch this. I'll show you. This is Pimiga without anything. So this is what your Pimiga looked like. Right here. This is Pimiga. Where did everything go? There it is. There's Pimiga. You want to play something? There's a game. This is what Pimiga would look like without Scalos, OS 3.9. It would look like utter crap, and everybody be complaining. But without this, look, I have edit pad, all my 3.9 things work. It just works. With Scalos, it does not work too well, and that's where I was stuck. So if I go into system, oh my god, this is horrible. So you can see what I had to do to get it to even boot again. It's been a monumental undertaking, just like every single one of these is a monumental undertaking. Where the hell is system? Oh my god. So anyway, you get to see what goes on to build it and make it what it is. But I want to show you something. We're going to run that same exact emulator. Listen to the timing on this. This is on a PC. 4 gigahertz. See how it's a little higher pitched and off? Hear the clicking? Not good. And then that's that. Alright. There's the dog. Amiga 2.0, infancy versus what you just saw. So that's the behind the scenes. When's it coming out? I'm hoping Christmas 2021. And I say this every year. Everybody's like, can I get it now? I have a group of beta testers. If you're interested in beta testing, hit up the old Discord server. I'll post a link somewhere. If you haven't already, please subscribe or click the bell to be notified when I'm working on new Amiga videos. Now, I don't always do Amiga videos. Some of them are car repair, and I might eat something. But 99.34782% of my videos are Commodore Amiga related. And that's all I got for now, so thank you for watching this behind the scenes story. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I hope you learned something.